The quiet power in the heart of Charleston, South Carolina, where history clings to every brick and whisper. A black woman named Layla Freeman walked into Langston and Keyes Engineering every morning at 7:58, at 2 minutes early, never late. She was graceful, sharp, and quiet. 37 years old, Layla had earned 2 engineering degrees and held over 14 patents in sustainable infrastructure. She wore her curly hair in a low bun, always carried a worn leather notebook, and spoke softly, never out of turn, until the day she had to the company's new regional director, Gregory White, had transferred in from Chicago. He was tall, slick, the kind of man who bragged about bootstraps and rolled his eyes whenever diversity was brought up in meetings. Layla noticed it first in the small things, how he'd talk over her during presentations. Call her Miss Freeman when everyone else was addressed by first names. How he always forgot her credentials when praising team achievements. But it escalated. One day, during a boardroom discussion on a high-profile infrastructure project for the city, Gregory interrupted her mid-sentence and laughed. "Why don't you let the big dogs talk, sweetheart?" "This isn't a school project." The room went silent. Layla closed her notebook slowly. She stood up. Her voice was still soft, but it cut like steel. "I've let you talk over me for 6 months. Not because I didn't have something to say, but because I wanted to watch how long it would take you to realize who I am." She looked him dead in the eye. "You think I'm some token hire, but you've been building your vision on my blueprints," Gregory scoffed. "Your blueprints?" Layla didn't flinch. She turned to the boardroom's projector, clicked a few buttons on her laptop, and brought up the official project documents. Her name was on every page. Not just as a contributor, but as lead architect. Then she pulled up another set of documents. Classified until today, she turned to the room. 2 years ago, I was recruited by the U.S. Department of Energy and Infrastructure. I was cleared to design a new type of storm-resilient urban grid for coastal cities. Charleston is the pilot. My designs are going to be replicated nationwide. The color drained from Gregory's face. "My work isn't just local. It's national security," she said. "So, when you mock my input, you're not just insulting me, you're undermining the future resilience of this country." The room was dead still. No one dared speak then. Someone clapped. It was the CEO, who had been quiet at the end of the table. He stood. "Miss Freeman, I owe you an apology for the culture that allowed this. Effective immediately, you'll be reporting directly to me." And Mr. Whit Gregory had already gathered his papers that afternoon. As Layla walked through the office, dozens of employees, black, white, Asian, young, old, stood to applaud her. Some had tears in their eyes. Not because she had won a fight, but because someone had stood up and showed what quiet power looked like when it finally roared. Later that week, the mayor of Charleston announced a new public park in the heart of the city, designed by Layla Freeman, dedicated to resilience, brilliance, and dignity, and under her name on the plaque was one sentence: "Power doesn't always speak loudly, but it always builds."